My celebrity life.
Up Anthony Hamilton, my celebrity life.
Rocking right now with Ge.Holla, celebrity life.
Hey, what's up, G?
Gentlemen, man, we got the smoothest of the smooth, the coolest of the cool. You know what I'm talking about? This young man right here is just destined for destiny. It is almost like an ambition from birth. You know what I'm saying? He was born into this reality, not for play. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that he live a multi-platinum life. You know what I'm saying? This young man was formerly of the group Pretty Rickey. Now goes by Ambition the Kid.
Is there
Nice to meet you, man. I appreciate you having me on, man. Just for everybody out there, it's the Kid Ambition, formerly the group formerly the group Pretty Rickey, as Foreplay. A lot of people don't know my new name, so I'm just be happy to get that out there. It's Ambition the Kid now, so I lost a lot of fans because I switched names, but I'm just happy to be getting that back out there now. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's right. But the same old talent, though. The talent ain't went nowhere, just the name change, you know?
Oh man, hey, the talent is I've been working on it a lot, man. That's all I've been doing this whole time since Pretty Rickey till now. Is just been working on my craft, man. I don't really do nothing else except for work on music, man. So that's all I do. I'm trying to give the fans that from before and the new fans now, you know, the best me I could possibly give at all times. So that's what I'm on.
Hey, I'm digging that. Now, speaking of, I'm going to use your words right now. We're going to give them from the past to the present. If you don't mind, I know you hail from Pittsburgh. Can you take me back to your earliest days of who were some of your influences before you got on?
So my earliest, I mean, like when I was 7 years old, the reason why I decided that I wanted to sing was because of Boyz II Men's first album, their Cooley High Harmony album. My mom, rest in peace, she ordered their album off. That used to have like these little, like, you can get 11 CDs for 11 cents or something like that. It was like some kind of scam ad, but she ordered them and she got that album, and Please Don't Go on that first album, Cooley High Harmony. As soon as I heard that, I was like, I need to learn how to sing just like them, you know? And they really like carved out my whole career, even my audition into being into Pretty Rickey was an a cappella version of Please Don't Go that I did. They heard that and decided to give me an audition. So like I learned how to sing just by listening to them. And then I learned how to dance by watching Usher. So he's a huge inspiration. Like Boyz II Men made me want to sing. Usher made me want to be a performer, you know, as well as, you know, Michael Jackson. But, like from, before that, like when I saw Michael Jackson when I was like as a kid, but it was like something that was like so unattainable. He was just like, that's magic. He was like, man, I don't know how to do magic. So I didn't even think about it. Once I got to a point where I saw Usher, it was like, I need to study him. I need to study everything that he does, all of his shows. It was at his 8701 tour I actually went to the show and I saw that, and it like changed my life. You know what I mean? So yeah, so it was huge for me.
No. I feel what you're saying, because if you break it down by the generations, for the people that's coming along now, you had, like you said before, you had your Michael Jacksons spawned from him, and the Princes spawned from them. Then you have, your Ushers. And you're absolutely right. And from your Ushers, we have people like you. And then from you, you're going to spawn a whole new generation of people, too, that's going to be like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Ambition the Kid, he was that guy that I went to, that I looked at and I listened to, and he helped me start my career. Isn't that magnificent how you go from being the student to the teacher in such a short period of time?
Yo, man, my whole being is dedicated to that. Like, I want, even my name and the name Ambition, like, it's the drive, having that drive to just go forward with whatever it is that you want to do. Like if you want to, not just in, music or writing, or if you want to be a lawyer or whatever it is that you want to do, you know, you should be trying to do that right now. You should be watching whoever it is that inspires you and listening to them or reading what they write and trying to apply what they do. Like, and I'm all about that. Like when it comes to like, I'm into different things. Like I write fiction novels. I'm into fitness and I'm all about driving forward right now. Even if you don't, if you think like, oh, well, it's too big of a task. It's like, all right, we'll start off small. Just be doing it all the time and always be prepared because never know where your next step is going to take you. Like tomorrow, you could get lucky and run into somebody who can take you exactly where you need to go. But then you're like, all right, well, I didn't prepare for this because I didn't think it was going to come. Well, then you miss your shot. When I actually was the when I got the audition to join Pretty Ricky, they literally called me on a Thursday night. Baby Blue, he called me Thursday night at like 11 o'clock and was like, hey, we want you to come out and audition. And I'm like, all right, like when? And they're like, your plane leaves tomorrow at 7:30. It was already booked. I didn't even know. So I had a regular job. I had to call off of work and I had to just leave. But I was already ready to go. I was already in shape. I could already sing. I had already, learned dances, like was able to dance and break dance. And I try like my whole thing is give no reason for them to tell you no. So if they're like, oh, well, we really need somebody who can do flips and stuff, it's like I could do that. Like I take gymnastics class. Like I mean, we need somebody who can break dance. Oh, well, yeah, I break dance too. Like I write my own music too. I do this too. Like I could do anything that you need right now, because if that's what your goal is, whatever it is, like I said, you want to be a lawyer, start studying law right now. You can go to the library and read law books and start learning those laws so that you can come up with, so you can fight cases and have experience on those cases. You know what I mean? That's really all, being a lawyer is case study, you know, and being able to present that case study in a way that's going to compel the judge to go your way. That's all really saying you can start doing that as a child right now. If you really, that's what you really want to do, you got to commit to it. You got to have that ambition and that drive to push yourself forward. And that's what it's all about. And that's what I want to, not only put out good music and put out good content, but I really want to drive that message that you need to have that drive and that ambition to push forward. And you can do whatever you want, whatever it is. You got weight loss goals, whatever it is, you can do it. And don't let nobody tell you no different, period.
Hey, my brother, you're a powerful young man. You know what I'm saying, man? I could see you even transitioning into other fields of like motivational speaking, things of that nature. Just using that term, that title for this part of the conversation, because there's something that's inside of you. I bet your whole entire life, you never thought that you was normal. I bet your whole entire life, you've had certain struggles that you had to overcome early. Typically in the spirituality teaching, that shows us that you're the type of people that are the chosen ones, as they would say, or the star seeds, or the ones that came back into the planet to actually make a difference and a change, even through your music, through your words, because words is a rhythm too as well, like you already know, because you write. Everything that's about you, you was made and brought here to make sure that we have an evolution in consciousness. I don't know if you ever felt that way about yourself. This is what I'm getting from your spirit.
Well, the thing about it is that so I grew up hard. I grew up, I was living on my own at 14. My mom passed and my father, he already had another family, and my sister, she went to live with them, and there was just no room. And I was already working. I was already like mowing lawns and doing my own thing, and working, part time at a restaurant because you could only work on the weekends when you're 13, 13, 14. So, but I was able to afford to, stay on my own. So my dad signed for my apartment and I just lived on my own. And, because I grew up in every hood. I'm from Pittsburgh, and I grew up in every hood in this city, like being evicted from each hood, like because my mom was always sick, so she couldn't maintain things the way that she needed to. Um, And I got, this was a time when, gang violence was huge. Like drive-bys was an everyday thing. We used to look at that like it became so like we became so used to it. The kids looked at it like it was dodgeball or something. It wasn't like us. We weren't scared of it anymore. But I was able to come out of that, never using a drug, never tasting alcohol, never smoking weed, none of that. Like, and still to this day, because I thought in my mind that if I did any of those things, it was going to ruin my chance of having the career that I wanted, which was music. So I just stayed away from everything um, that I thought might hinder me. Even though you get into that industry and everybody's doing everything. But another thing is that I always felt that you look at all these people and they get into these situations where they end up in jail or they end up doing these things that robbing people, killing people, all these different things, and usually it's because of their where they were brought up and the people they were surrounded by. But I want people to know that you don't have to make that decision. It might be the harder road to stay away from that stuff. You might have a choice and it might be easier, but it's not going to be better for you in the long run. If you take the time and you just stay focused and you know that the next step could be the best thing, like you always keep that frame of mind, that positivity, because you really don't know. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, and if you really keep that focus, all the whole time, I just kept the focus like, I'm just going to keep driving forward as hard as I can and do as much work as I possibly can. And maybe the next day I will get to where I need to be, but it's not worth giving up. It's not worth choosing the shorter, dangerous, road for you, where you can endanger yourself or other people around you, where people could lose you, and that's, it's not worth losing that life or hurting the people that are around you. It's like, it just takes a little bit harder work, to push forward. And I really, really want people to know I have a song. My next album, the album that I'm releasing, is called The Phoenix Project, because a phoenix rises from the ashes. I was in Pretty Ricky one day and then all of that was gone, and then I had to build myself back up, and that's why I called this album The Phoenix Project, but I have a song on this album called I Can Make It. And it's really just about, if you put your mind to it and you put your body to it, you can do whatever it is that you want. And a lot of people, I don't think, are knowing that. I don't think they're getting that message anymore, and you lose a lot of people that way. So it's more about me. It's more than music to me. Like I love performing. I love the fact that I can go on stage and I can change somebody's day just by them seeing me perform. I can change their mood. That's power, So the music to me is so important. It's always been important to me. But the message of you can do anything you want if you put your mind and your heart and your body to it, you can do it. And that is more important to me.
My brother, you're a true definition of your own name, ambition. You're giving the people something to live for, something to strive for. I love how you use the references of the eagle, excuse me, the phoenix, the rises back up. As you're getting burnt down in this life, you go all the way down to your ashes. And like Tupac said, a lot of times you think when you're buried, really you're being planted. You are the rose that grow from the concrete. From the worst conditions, still nature in itself. In here, like you're talking about, your chakra system, your spiritual system, all your systems within you that are pushing you and guiding you and helping you getting towards that light so you can one day become the light. And I like what you're saying too. I can also see in your future, in my opinion, a book coming or a series of books that will actually help people out too, because you're such a strong person. You remind me of Cat Williams, how he talked about his story, how he was, almost homeless at a young age. He had to grow up really fast. Same similar to yourself. You had to grow up really fast and become the man that we see today as you grow on to be greater than what you are. And I appreciate you sharing your life with us too. That was dope of you.
Hey, thank you. Absolutely. Like I would love to, write or at least have a podcast that talks about just this motivation and just being able to motivate yourself when everybody around you tells you that you're destined to fail, because a lot of people have that negativity surrounding them and they feel like they can't get above it, but you can. It's all about how you feel about yourself. If you believe in yourself, it doesn't matter what any of those people say, because those are going to be the same people who see you somewhere and they're going to be calling you, asking you for money. And they're going to be, like, oh, I was always there. Like, nah, like, nah, remember this? And even those people, you still don't treat them bad. You don't, you know what I mean? You might politely cut them out of your life because you see the negativity, but there's no need to, be rude about it or treat them in a negative way, because those people need to learn as well. You know what I mean? And they are trying to cut you down because they're in a place in their own lives where they don't have the drive. So they feel like, all right, well, misery loves company. And also, if I can't make it, then you can't make it. It's not possible for me. So why should you be the outlier? And a lot of people are, hindered by that and brought down by that. And you can't let those people, just, limit your success. And that is all it is. It just limits your success. Those people, that negativity goes a long way, So, and I was, for some reason, I don't know why, but I was always able to tune those people out. It's, it's so crazy to me because I think about 3 weeks ago, I was telling my girl this same story, just talking about, like, I was constantly bullied when I was younger because we didn't have money, so I had to repeat clothes during the week and had holes in my shoes and stuff like that. And I would talk about how I was going to be like this famous singer and all this stuff. And it just, it just made them pile on even more. And I'm coming from, we're in the hood. So it's like, it was bad. You talk about bullying these days, they don't know about bullying. We had, bullying was real, like, I mean, like, not to, like, it's still bad. Bullying, kids can be cruel, but it was a lot harder, a lot of fights, a lot of, like a lot of that. And I had a kid from grade school through middle school had started all the, like, every day they would incite the bullying. They would just start it. It'd be like everything was cool, and they'd be like, let's talk about him right now. Like, right now, they would incite it. And they messaged me on Facebook and was like, I've been looking for your profile for years. She was like, I couldn't, and it was a female. And the reason why she started bullying me is because she found out that I had a crush on her. And that was like, back then, that was like, so like, oh, he's got a crush on me? Oh, screw that. And then she just made it her mission to have everybody go after me. And she messaged me and was like, I've been looking for your page for years. She was like, I saw, everything that you've done. I've been following every time you put out music or whatever. She was like, but I was trying to find your personal page. She was like, I could only find your artist page. She was like, wanted to find your personal page just so I could send you this message and apologize. She was like, you did everything that you said you were going to do back then. And I had so much trouble in my personal life that I had an outlet to just, direct it at you to make myself feel better. And she was like, I feel so bad about that. And she was like, I'm so happy that you were able to do everything that you said you were going to do, and that didn't stop you. And I was like, all right, that wasn't, too hard. Let me see another one. And I ended up doing a whole album. I even did Africa by Toto on there. It's just a huge record. I just always loved that song. But the whole album's acapella is dope. It's I got NSYNC, Backstreet Boys on there, like just a bunch of songs that inspired me as I was growing up and through my career. The song is called Vocal Distancing.
I like that.
And it's like a double. because it's like social distancing, but it's vocal distancing because I'm, you know, distancing myself from the music. You know, it's all just a cappella. You know what I mean? So, and I'm stuck in the house by myself, and with only my voice. You know, so it's like, hey, you know.
That's genius. I love it. No, vocal distancing. Okay.
Hey, but if you love R&B, you love pop music, anything like that, then, you know, go check out the music. You know, show some love. Holla at me. I always respond. You know, I appreciate everybody out there. Everybody who stuck with me after Pretty Ricky. I know a lot of people couldn't find me because of the name change, but I'm about to change that very soon. What's going on, everybody? It's Ambition the Kid, and I'm on My Celebrity Life with my man Ge.Holla. Holla at me.
I can tell from the moment we met that your heart was kind of broken, and every teardrop that fell from the sky showed the pain that it was soaked in. But I can see past the hurt in your eyes to the love you thought was stolen. Give it to me, I'll make you see that this is my heart that you are holding. I know you say your walls can't come down, I know you say that love can't be found, but I believe that we can get through this. And if I have the strength, baby, use it. Inside on me, run me all the way down. Ride me to my knees, feel so weak they can't shake. Ride me till your heart is so strong it can't break. Inside on me, run me all the way down. Use me for your love. I feel so much but can't give enough. Now I don't know what it did to you that would make you feel so lost, but God knows there's one life to live, and this isn't worth the cost. So take my hand and I'm sure that we'll dance and move